podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be taken as medical advice. Always consult with a healthcare professional before making any changes to your health routine. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pure Bliss Living, the podcast where we explore the art of living a balanced and intentional life. I'm your host Ariana, and today we're diving deep into a topic that affects so many of us in this digital age: mindful scrolling. Let's be honest, how many times have you picked up your phone to check a text or scroll through an app only to look up an hour later, wondering where the time went? If you've ever found yourself lost in the scrolling, you're not alone. The truth is, our phones are amazing tools. They connect us, entertain us, and help us get things done. But when used mindlessly, they can also drain our time, our energy, and sometimes even our mental well-being. So, how can we use our phones more intentionally and avoid falling into the trap of habitual scrolling? And how can we strike a healthy balance between our digital lives and real-life relationships? In today's episode, I'll be answering these questions and sharing some practical strategies to help you embrace mindful scrolling. Now, let's get started. Okay, let's get real. How often do you find yourself picking up your phone without any real reason? Maybe you're sitting in a waiting room or bored at home, and suddenly you're scrolling through Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok for what seems like forever. It's become a habit for so many of us, but the problem with habitual scrolling is that it's mindless. So, how can you shift from habit to intention? The first step is awareness. Start by asking yourself, why am I picking up my phone right now? Are you checking something specific like a message or an email? Or are you just filling time? Understanding your triggers, whether it's boredom, stress, or habit, can help you make more intentional choices. Instead of scrolling out of habit, try setting a clear purpose for your phone use. You can also practice checking in with yourself before you scroll. Ask if it's serving your goals or making you feel better. Now, I'm going to talk about strategies to break free from mindless scrolling. Number 1, set specific goals. Instead of opening social media with no purpose, have a reason for it, whether it's connecting with a friend, posting something specific, or learning something new. Number 2, use time limits. There is apps that can help you set limits on screen time and keep you accountable. Number 3, create phone-free zones. Designate areas like the bedroom or dining table as phone-free zones. This breaks the habit of mindlessly scrolling while doing other activities. And number 4, mindful breaks. If you're tempted to scroll, take a mindful pause instead. Maybe take a few deep breaths or go to a short walk. This gives you space to reset before using your phone. One effective strategy is setting a clear time limit for how long you use your phone for social media each day. There is apps that let you monitor and limit your usage. You could also schedule designated times throughout the day when you check your phone, like in the morning, after lunch, or during a specific break. This structured approach prevents random impulse checking and helps you stay intentional. Now, let's talk about social media's impact on our mental health and relationships. We've all heard the phrase, comparison is the thief of joy, and it couldn't be more true when it comes to social media. Constant exposure to others' highlight reels can make us feel like we're not measuring up, and before we know it, we start comparing ourselves to people who seem to have it all together. Social media can trigger feelings of inadequacy and comparison. Seeing filtered, idealized versions of people's lives can make us feel like we're not doing enough or not good enough. These feelings can contribute to anxiety, low self-esteem, and even depression. Another negative effect of overusing social media is how it affects our attention span. When we scroll through endless feeds, our brains get used to constant stimulation, and this makes it harder to focus on real-life tasks or conversations. The result? We find ourselves distracted, unable to stay present in a moment with people we care about. Warning signs that social media has affected mental well-being. Feeling drained, anxious or negative after using social media, constantly comparing yourself to others, losing focus or being easily distracted during important tasks, and experiencing negative impacts on real life relationships, feeling disconnected or distant from loved ones because you're preoccupied with your phone. So, how can we strike a balance between social media and real life? The key is to cultivate a healthy relationship with technology. Social media can be great for connecting, learning, and finding inspiration. But if we overdo it, it can lead to feelings of overwhelm or disengagement from the real world. When used mindfully, social media can help us maintain meaningful connections with friends and family, support causes we care about, and even provide valuable knowledge. But it's essential to recognize when it becomes unhealthy, like when we start scrolling just for the sake of scrolling or when it takes away from time spent with loved ones. Practices to stay engaged in real-life moments. Option 1. Phone-free times. Set aside blocks of time where you don't check your phone, like during meals, when spending quality time with friends or family, or right before bed. Option 2. Mindful social media use. Limit social media to specific times of the day. Instead of mindlessly checking your phone, be intentional about how long you spend on apps and what you want to get out of them. And number 3, engage in hobbies. Pursue activities that keep you engaged and away from screens, like reading, exercising, or cooking. This helps to enrich your real-life experiences. And that's it for today's episode of Pure Bliss Living. We've explored the art of mindful scrolling, how to be intentional with your phone use, how to strike a healthy balance with social media, and how to embrace mindfulness. Remember, it's all about using your device as a tool for connection, well-being, and joy, without letting them control your life. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with anyone you think could benefit from little more intentionally in their digital habits. And before we go, always remember, technology is a tool, not a distraction. Use it wisely, use it intentionally, and live your life with pure bliss. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.